Taiwan. I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. As Taiwan faces a declining population, one of the country's presidential candidates is pinning his hope on an innovative solution that's dividing opinion. Stesh Bala reports.
Every year, fewer babies are born in Taiwan. The country's birth rate is now among the lowest in the world. It's the start of a demographic crisis that threatens to slash the population by a third in 2 generations. Now, with a pivotal election looming, Taiwan's third-party candidate for president has made the issue central to his campaign, with a contentious solution: surrogacy.
既然台湾已经少子化了，对不对？有人愿意生，就应该把那个限制拿掉。这是我很简单的想法。
As the January vote approaches, former Dr. Ke Wen-je and his 4-year-old Taiwan People's Party want to allow surrogates to carry children for people who can't do so themselves. Surrogacy is not currently mentioned in Taiwan's reproductive law. It's not expressly illegal, but it's not legal either. As public opinion has shifted in favor of surrogacy, the government says it plans to redraft the law, but no presidential candidate has made it an election issue as vocally as Ke.
And
that has won prominent supporters to his cause. Once aligned with President Tsai and the ruling Democratic Progressive Party, Janice Chen has pushed for surrogacy for 28 years. She was born without a womb and ended up adopting. Now she's running as a lawmaker under Ke. Chen believes helping people who are infertile to have children is a clear fix for Taiwan's birth rate problem.
但是对于这一群，就说他不怕养，他不能自己生，但是他很想养小孩，才会一直诉求嘛。我就说所谓的 CP 值最高啊，你为什么不帮忙他？
But not everyone is convinced that surrogacy is the answer to the fertility crisis, with women's rights groups calling it an exploitative practice.
经济有钱的人他才有办法付100-200万嘛。 没钱的人来拿这个100-200万嘛，那这里变成经济弱势、最经济优势的人用最低的成本在服务。为什么没有钱的人要用利他的方式，用最低的薪资、最低的这个 payment 帮有钱的人工作？
But Ke says his plan would protect against that. And though surrogacy is not a guaranteed solution to Taiwan's birth rate woes, this dark horse candidate is speaking about it publicly, hoping that will catapult him to the presidency. John Su and Stash Butler in New Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's military is getting ready to convert one of its Air Force training centers into a fully operational air base, one that will house the country's most advanced fighter jets. Jaime Okan reports.
Taiwan's fighter jets roar above the country. The military is welcoming these trainers to this base in the southern city of Kaohsiung and converting the airfield into a training facility for future pilots. Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen says the move is partly motivated by the changing security environment around the country.
因应接装新式高教机的任务，更能够整合飞行教学能量。国际地缘政治的复杂多变，因此我们的飞行部的责任可以说是任重道远。
Taiwan has seen an increase in military pressure from China, which seeks to take the country. That's why the military here is restructuring its Air Force, investing more in fighter jets and reallocating them to different bases. The aim is to be better prepared for a potential conflict, but the Air Force's revamp didn't start here. In 2016, Taiwan decided to upgrade 140 of its F-16A and B variants to the newer F-16V, which is the most advanced version of the F-16 with new radar and weapon systems. And in 2019, it bought an additional 66 F-16Vs.
主要是 F-16，它算是一个目前一个很先进的战机。那台湾操作已经超过30年了，它具有很好的这个 ELSA 雷达，它甚至可以 detect， 就是可以侦测到一些无人机。 所以对台湾的防空作战是非常有价值的。
Taiwan's Air Force currently deploys the F-16 from Hualien on the east coast and from its base in Chiayi in the southwest. And President Tsai says the Taidong Air Force Base will be upgraded from a training wing into a fully operational fighter base. The F-16s will be a powerful tool for the Air Force as it manages the security around Taiwan's airspace. But since those planes aren't scheduled to be delivered until 2026, the military is expected to keep looking for ways to accommodate its new weapons and adapt to the growing threat it faces across the Taiwan Strait. Chris Ma and Jaime Ocon for TaiwanPlus.
A U.S. public opinion poll shows increasing support for U.S. security assistance to Taiwan. The Ronald Reagan National Defense Survey shows almost 73% of the U.S. public is concerned about China invading Taiwan. It shows that this year, 46% of Americans support the U.S. sending troops to Taiwan if it's invaded, up from 39% in 2019. However, it also indicates that support for assisting Taiwan was lower than support for assisting Israel and Ukraine. Figures released by Taiwan's government showed a widening wage gap in the country. In 2022, the bottom 10% of earners made less than $10,000 a year, while the top 10% earned over 4 times that amount. The gap is the largest in 5 years. The median annual salary in Taiwan was close to $16,500, which is a 4-year high. Experts say the COVID-19 pandemic meant people working in the service sector earned less. At the same time, demand for consumer electronics meant higher pay for people in tech industries. It's World HIV/AIDS Day. To mark the occasion, one Taiwanese group is putting on an exhibition showcasing the daily realities HIV-positive people face. Tiffany Wong takes a look.
An art exhibition in Taipei about the daily realities of living with HIV. Called Pause Movement, short for HIV positive, the show aims to help people living with the disease reclaim their bodies. This piece is Pause Bath, a private performance in which the artist, Zheng Zhiwei, who is HIV positive, washes a stranger who is also living with HIV. It's an intimate experience meant to help them heal.
They often think they're dirty. Yeah, and me, for example, I've been living with HIV for almost 8 years. And in the beginning, for like 3-4 years, I couldn't let others to touch me. You know, I thought I was dangerous. But inside, you know, I wanted to be touched. I wanted to be caressed. I wanted to be loved.
Though not curable, HIV is treatable and can be controlled with medication, so it becomes undetectable and untransmittable through sex. Official estimates say there are some 35,000 people living with HIV in Taiwan, with 80% now treated to have undetectable viral levels. This art exhibit's curator says he hopes Pause Movement will be an inclusive experience for all people living with HIV.
For HIV/AIDS, we often see the resource for, let's say, LGBTQ+ member or gay members, and you rarely just see there's an organization or there's a place for female only. But they are HIV positive females there, but it's really difficult for them to find the resource just for them.
The exhibit itself is a resource of sorts, showing how some HIV-positive artists are healing themselves through their work. And the artists hope in turn to help other HIV-positive individuals find a community, learn to accept themselves, and live their lives courageously. Kama Sri and Tiffany Wong for TaiwanPlus.
The southern city of Tainan is allowing indigenous groups that are not yet recognized by the government to register their indigenous names. It comes after a court in 2022 ruled that Taiwan has 3 years to recognize Plains indigenous people. The Tainan city government says it's allowing indigenous Plains residents to register their names ahead of time to speed up their official recognition. Taiwan currently recognizes 16 indigenous people groups. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website and follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, look at this image of sharks getting Christmas treats from Santa Claus in Germany. I'm Ethan Liu. Take care, and I'll see you next time.